Blackstone Audio presents Finding Zero, a mathematician's odyssey to uncover the origins of numbers by Amir Aczel. This book is read by Stefan Rudnicki. For Miriam, who loves science. Introduction. The invention of numbers is one of the greatest abstractions the human mind has ever achieved. Virtually everything in our lives is digital, numerical, quantified. But the story of how and where we got these numbers we so depend on has been shrouded in mystery. This book tells the personal story of my lifelong obsession to find the sources of our numbers. It briefly traces the known history of the very early Babylonian cuneiform numbers and the later Greek and Roman letter numerals, and then asks the key question, where do the numbers we use today, the so-called Hindu-Arabic numerals, come from? In my search, I explored uncharted territory, embarking on a quest for the sources of these numbers to India, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, and ultimately to a jungle location in Cambodia, the site of a lost 7th century inscription. On my Odyssey, I met a host of fascinating characters: academics in search of truth, jungle trekkers looking for adventure, surprisingly honest politicians, shameless smugglers, and suspected archaeological thieves. Chapter 1. When I entered first grade in the late 1950s at a private school in Haifa, Israel, called the Hebrew Reali School, I was asked a question the institution always asked its entering students. My teacher, Miss Nira, a young and pretty woman who smiled a lot and wore long, bright-colored dresses, inquired of each of us 6-year-olds what we hoped to learn in school. One child said, how to make money, and another, what makes trees and animals grow. And when my turn came, I answered that I wanted to learn where numbers come from. Miss Nira looked surprised and paused for a moment, and then without a word turned to the little girl sitting next to me. I wasn't a precocious child who comes up with a question the teacher cannot address. I just had a most unusual childhood. And my answer to the teacher's question was a direct result of an experience I'd had during that special childhood. My father was the captain of the SS Theodor Herzl, a cruise ship that sailed the Mediterranean at 21 knots, traveling from its home port in Haifa to the mythical islands of Corfu and Ibiza and Malta, and off.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?